Mm.
Hi, this is Kathy with the Tree Sisters Well of Creativity and Wisdom. And today it's my honor to be here with Asa Larsson. And I'm sure if you haven't heard of her, you should have by now and listened to her beautiful voice. And she's a writer, she's a singer, and she plays lots and lots of instruments. And she's a tree sister, of course, and everything is about the trees. That's with Asa. And I would just really so happy to have you here today, Asa.
Thank you, Kathleen. I'm so happy to be here. It's an honor.
So you and I have had many conversations, and I know you really well, but I would like everyone else to get to know you. So could you tell everyone, where you're from and what it's like for you there?
I'm from Sweden. I just recently moved into to a town called Gävle. It's about 200 kilometers north of Stockholm. Before that, I lived in the countryside for many years. So right now I'm in the middle of the town. And if you look out from the window, you can see the police house and you see all the... we're in the middle of the town, yes.
Wow, that's the happening place, right? You can walk out. I always like that, walking out and just, going into the community, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Yeah, I love that. And I think, I talked about you being a singer and a musician, and can you tell everyone a little bit more about where that started for you, where that passion of music started for you?
Yeah, well, I've been playing and singing for all my life. My dad took me to piano lessons when I was 5, and my mom took me to the choir in about the same age. So I have been singing and playing for forever.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but I think it was in my when I was in my teenage year that I really took a decision that I wanted to play music, and I really wanted to explore all the different instruments and choir leading and everything like that. So yeah, I think I was about in my 20s when I was studying music that I actually understood that, well, I can do this. I can keep doing this if I want to.
Yeah, you sure can. I love your music with all of my heart. What instruments do you play? What are all of them?
I think there's an expression in English that's something like jack of
all trades.
Yeah,
so
master of none.
I wasn't going to add that part.
But I think I'm one of those. I play the piano. I play the flute, the harp. I've been working as a musician in church for some years, and there I play the pipe organ. And leading choir is my main instrument. I play the guitar and some bass, and
just about anything, like you said, and we also call it a Jill of all trades, so it brings in the feminine there. So
that's me.
Yeah. It's so amazing. It's always amazed me, how people can play just a bunch of different instruments and just move from one to the other, and it's just a deep passion, I think, when that happens. And for you, you said your main instrument is leading the choir, and that's just such a beautiful, it resonates with me so much right now because of how feminine voice needs to come out and be heard in the world. And that can be, of course, by the spoken word and about sharing our gifts and all of our creativity. But if as a great metaphor for that is the actual voice. And I know for myself, I think that, I'm working with you now, but I think for me, there is a lot of connection between the voice and our confidence and our will, maybe to bring our gifts forward. And so if you could talk a little bit about the women's virtual choir that you've begun leading not too long ago, which was this brilliant idea that you came up with. And I just want to mention it's womensvirtualchoir.com if anybody's interested. And I joined it, so everybody should. but please, tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, I've been leading choirs for many years, and recently, the last few years, I've been mostly working with women's choirs, and I try to really put the focus on what you're talking about this, the connection between our voice and sharing our gifts and sharing our vulnerability and our longings through our voice and through our singing. So last year I worked with this project with our women's choir. We made a project called Träd. That's tree in Swedish.
Oh, beautiful.
It was really I got so much out of it. I really felt like I was doing something that I wanted to do. And we gathered a lot of women singing, and on the concert we raised a lot of money, which we donated to TreeSisters. And when I was working on that project, I had this dream one night. I woke up and the dream was that I saw women around the globe singing together with the help of internet. And it was such a beautiful dream. It was like, some dreams are like really detailed and really crisp. You can see all the, everything is so clear. So when I woke up from this dream, I thought, well, okay, I have to try to see if this is possible to do. I had no idea if it was possible, but I decided to try anyway. So I started this women's virtual choir, which is an online choir experiment to gather women to sing together. And since there is no platform or application or anything like that right now that's made for this kind of thing, the experiment is to try different ways to gather women to sing together. So we did a choir experiment, the first one earlier this year. It ended up in a choir happening both here in Gävle, where I live, and on Facebook. So women came to this place and we learned a song and we sang it. And at the same time, we invited the other women from the choir around the globe to sing this same song at the same time when we were streaming it on Facebook. So it was really fun, and it was I don't find the word, like rewarding, like it was, it felt like it meant something. I was doing something that I
was fulfilling for the
Thank
world.
So right now we're going to start a new project. We're just about to start in a few weeks. And this time we are going to, everyone in the choir is going to film themselves. They make a video with themselves singing. They're part of the chorus. They're part of the song. And we're going to make a music video of it. So that's going to be really exciting to see what it ends up to.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Am I hearing music in the background right now?
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Okay, yeah.
It's my neighbors.
Oh, wow. See, I love it though. It's perfect timing, you know. It's not your music, which is my favorite, but
No.
yeah, no, I love the idea of the virtual choir. And I remember when you shared the dream with me, I think you shared it with me maybe the next day.
Yeah.
And it was just an honor for me to connect with you in that way, you know, like that we started talking and I just automatically felt your spirit and just in, you know, letting you know that I'm supporting you. I could almost feel something was coming, you know, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And then you said this dream and I'm like, oh, you know, that's it. And then all of a sudden you're just doing it. And it's just been an honor for me to witness that. I just want to let you know that. I know you know that, but I'm letting you know again. And you also just opened a Facebook group, so everyone can go to womensvirtualchoir.com, and you're saying that you don't have to sing, you don't have to be a singer, you can be vulnerable. You can be like me, which is I would always love to sing, but something makes me feel like you know that it's going to come out wrong, and then it probably does because of that reason. Maybe my nerves make my throat smaller, and so I just want you know to let everybody know that that's your whole point is everyone can sing.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
And so
And I think that's so important because, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, I think it's so important because today it's like it's so many things about music and singing that people think it's some kind of competition, or it's like you have to prove that you're very talented to sing at all. But that's just a stupid idea. We are human beings and we are supposed to be singing and dancing, not judge each other if we're good or bad or talented or not. We should just do it because we feel good about it.
Yes, I love that. And I know we all do, you know, when we were children, we all run around and we dance and we sing, and you know, that's our nature. And I love when I dance, you know, it's for dancing for me, I can forget about everything and it doesn't matter. Singing is a little trickier for me, like if someone's listening, you know. If I'm singing in the car, I know the words to every single song, you know, or you know, at home by myself, and I just know them all. And my husband says, you know, is there any song you don't know? I said, I don't think so, but I don't do it, you know. I don't do it out there, and I don't feel there's something I can feel lacking, you know. So I'm sort of one of your, you know, your experiments, and I will practice a lot more. I know I haven't been, but you know, it's important to me. I really believe in your work, and I believe in the need for it in myself and others, because if it's in me, I know it's the need is in others. And so anybody can register there, they can sign up, and then there's also a Facebook group by the same name, right? Women's Virtual Choir.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you do have to sign up for the choir to get into the Facebook group. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Good. Thank you for letting me know that. And I just want to mention that your beautiful song, Sister Stardust, I want to put maybe the link to it again in the comments for everybody, because we're going to definitely let everybody hear you. And I put together the virtual exhibit for Rise and Shine Global for the 1 Billion Rising for women dealing with violence, and also their voices being able to speak and share their stories and that type of thing. And we used your song Sister Stardust as the backdrop, and it brought the heart to the whole project. So I just want to thank you, and so does Patrick. Patrick wants to thank you. Right, yeah, you're right. That's right. And I'm going to put myself on mute so Patrick isn't heard, but I want you to tell everybody else about your new album coming out, and we'll kind of close with that. So any other feelings that you want to say around that or around anything else, please just share away.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I'm recording an album. It's called For the Trees. As I told you before, Kathleen, everything in my life is just about the trees nowadays. It's like, it's all there is. So I've been working on this album for like 2 years now, maybe. Since I heard Claire say something about that we are the first generation to be able to do anything about or to end the hunger in the world, but we are the last generation to do anything about climate change. And when I heard her saying that really shifted something in me, and that was the first time I thought about, maybe I need to do that album anyway. It has been in me for a long time, but I always was thinking that I didn't have the time, or I didn't have the money, I didn't have anything to be able to do it. But when she said that, I realized that there is no later on. There is no then. We just have to do it now. If we want to make anything change, we need to do it now. So I've been working on it for a very long time, and I'm a really slow in my process because it's all of this personal stuff coming up, just as you're saying with your voice. It's like when you're trying to sing, it's like, oh, I have all these other issues with myself, and am I good enough, does my voice, is it okay, blah 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 blah. So most of my time goes to these kind of things. But now the album is I'm starting to see the end of the process. So I really hope it's done now to this summer. I have put up a goal for the end of June. So
wow, wonderful.
I really hope so.
Yes, and what's the titles for the trees? Are you doing it in English? And
it's in English.
Okay.
Most of the lyrics are written by TreeSisters, by Claire. It's one poem by Edwige Fairchild. I think it's one by Lisa Turner. And I'm working on one of your poems too, Kathleen.
What? Are you kidding me? Oh, I didn't know this.
No.
Oh, Asa. You're gonna make me cry on film? Oh my God, wow, I'm overwhelmed. Oh, wow. I don't know what to say now.
You don't need to say anything.
Oh, what a blessing. That's really touching. I have to think more about that and let it sink in. And it's just, I already know it's going to be whatever it is. I'm just so, gosh, I'm trying to think of the words, because, your voice, your tone, because it comes through your heart. And like you were saying, you get up in your head about if you're good enough or anything. And I've told you this a lot, but you're absolutely good enough. And I know that you know it deep down. And so I just want you to, because my words, whatever it is that I wrote that you think is important to sing, they're going to be lifted. Well, all of my words are going to be lifted by your voice and by your heart. And I'm honored. I'm absolutely honored. And I didn't think you were going to surprise you like that, but yeah, you did. That's you. That's what you do. It's beautiful. Thank you. And I loved how much wisdom you just shared too while you were talking about your album, and sharing so much wisdom that there is no tomorrow, there is no future, there's now, and that we just let go of those things that kind of hold us back, and I think also the support, this sistering that we do. I mean, I just felt it from you, and I get it when I share it with you, and when we share it with each other. That's a powerful part of your work as well. And then giving back, of course, to the trees. And I just see this continuous flow of from the roots to the trees to the women, and then this sound that will carry for generations. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to put down some links, or you can put links for whatever songs you want to do in the comments, so that everyone can listen and fall in love, and hopefully join your choir too.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, because you're like you're it's not just about your singing, and that's the beauty of it. It's that you're called to bring together all the voices, and yes, that's what I love about you. So thank you so much for being with me today, Asa.
Thank you for having me. Such a pleasure.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye, honey.